Okay, so listen up because this is important. If you've subscribed to my channel, there's a pretty good chance you have already seen and subscribed to Country Boy Gas Garage. If you are subscribed to Country Boy Gas Garage, have a look and check if you still are, because his account got hacked, his Google account got hacked, and then he lost his entire YouTube channel to some other company running live streams about bitcoins and everything. It's all his stuff is gone. He's got no backups. He has no access to anything. He's got all kinds of cool projects on the go still. He's rescued this old school bus out of the woods, and he's been working on that. He's a great guy. Jason's an awesome guy and a great channel, and it's just a total shame that it's gone. So if you have previously been subscribed to Country Boy Gas Garage, check on that. Get rid of this, oh, they're called micro something or other. It's, I mean, you'll look at it and you'll wonder why you're subscribed to it. You'll know it's not him. And find Country Boy Gas Garage and resubscribe. And he's still working on getting his stuff back from YouTube, but it's a slow process. And in the meantime, he's got like no YouTube income, no access to anything, no backups. It's a brutal situation. So please, please, please go check out Country Boy Gas Garage and give him a subscribe, give him likes, give him comment on his videos. Let's get that channel built back up as quickly as we can. All right? Thank you very much. It's Friday evening, or technically I guess it's Saturday morning now. Just got home from work, and while I was there, just as we were packing up for the day, I was chatting with a friend of mine. I got to give Landon a shout out because he's been part of Shopcat right from the very beginning. He's a coworker and a friend, and we started at our current jobs the same day, and it's kind of like your start day peeps are they're your buddies throughout. So he's seen the whole thing right from the first germination of an idea right through to the YouTube channel, and he's been a big supporter. So thank you, Landon, for that. We were just talking about what was going to happen here tonight on the Gilson, and I was telling him how weird the transmission was on this thing, and I was trying to explain it, and it was not going well because really I didn't fully understand it myself. But I do have the manual here, and it's quite unusual. In some ways it's similar to a modern hydrostatic transmission that you would find in your average John Deere or in the Cub Cadet lawn tractor, but in other ways it's really quite different, and the engineering is kind of suspect. So let's take a look. I was fortunate enough to be able to find and print off the transmission manual online from Vickers, just illustrating the pump, and this is actually the top here. In your valve plate, transfer block, and the motor, there's the swash plate in there, which kind of acts in response to this swash plate. So as this angles, it changes the output flow of fluid, which then changes how much this moves. And the more this deflects, the higher the speed that we'll get from the output. Now, what I'd like to show that's really strange, I believe it's at the bottom here, transmission fluid. To check the fluid level is really weird. So in a number of ways, this is quite different from a modern small tractor transmission. The first kind of most obvious difference is that it's actually driven by a drive shaft off the engine rather than a belt, which is by far the more common setup you'll see now. And this angled unit right here, it's not very large. This is actually the entire transmission. And so this shaft drives a pump, and on this pump there's a swash plate, which this lever here being our speed control, reverse, neutral, and forward, controls the output from this pump. And that output comes through this block here. This is actually the hydraulic motor. So this is what then turns in response to that. And then we just have basically a big chain case here, or a gear case, I can't remember which. And that goes down to the differential to deliver power to the wheels. So here we are, here's the bottom end of the transmission, and I believe this is a later 1972 build, early 72 and older tractors. It's still here, there's a fill plug back here, just behind the axle, and that's where they want you to check the fluid level. But later models, I think they added the filter, and so there's a need for more volume. And so you can see here how they've plumbed in with just pipe plumbing, a filter housing, and then I don't know, maybe they couldn't get one that had the right direction of outlet or whatever, but we just have basically a flimsy little rubber line coming off from the bottom here and going back up to the bottom of the pump. So that's your filtration. Now to check the fluid level, and this is right out of the manual, what they want you to do, and really to do anything, it's easiest to get the wheel off and out of the way. They actually want you to raise this wheel 4 to 6 inches off the ground. Just makes it easier to get fluid in. I haven't done that yet. I'm just slowly adding fluid and running it and just getting it kind of worked in. But what you actually do is you'll undo your fill plug here, and somebody had put in this great big tall assemblage of fittings for me to make it easier to fill, but makes it impossible to check correctly. So now you have your T-fitting. They want you to actually push this whole assembly up until the filter touches the bottom of the transmission. Now, in fact, it touches the linkage for the speed control, so how accurate this is, I don't know. And then you fill it until fluid appears in this T-fitting. And once you've got that, and currently there is because I need to run it and work it through the hydraulics and everything. Once you have that, then you'll push it back down to the appropriate, level position, I guess. And you can't just run it like this because this is pressurized, so you have to put the plug back in. So this has been kind of a slow process for me. I suppose if I lift this side up a little more, maybe it would go faster, but then how do you know when it's at the correct level? Because now it's going to be too high. I don't know. It's just a really strange setup, and it's clearly kind of engineered in an afterthought kind of way. I haven't changed the filter. I probably should, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So I'm going to carry on with this. We'll see if the hydraulics will actually move once we get a little bit more oil in here, and we'll go from there. I was just out here watching a video on Randall R. Shed by the Tracks. Great channel. He's got a great little Model T that he's working on, and I saw the kitties here being all cute, and Clyde's fur majestically blowing in the breeze from the furnace, so I had to pause and record some of that. Alright, back to the program. Up this morning feeling like hit by a Mack truck, so between waiting for parts and feeling like I got hit by a truck, probably not going to be working on a lot of projects this week. So rather than kind of leave you empty-handed, I thought maybe try something a little lighter. Just take a look at some of the Lionel train set, and hopefully you enjoy it, and I can try some different shooting techniques and that kind of thing while I'm at it. So I don't know, we'll try. Could be fun. Alright, I would be crazy not to start with the granddaddy. This set was collected by my dad, a lot of it from when he was just a young boy, so it's of that vintage. None of it is particularly mint, but there are some really cool pieces, and this, the Texas Special, was his favorite locomotive as a kid, and it's mine too. This thing really pulls. I'm not sure what the actual date is. Maybe we can find out a little more about it. I don't have a controller at the moment, a transformer, so I can't really test them out. But let's see if anything in here. It's got a big weight on the back for traction. I don't see a date, so I might have to do some research on that. But it's a really cool piece. Get that back on there. There we are. You can follow that up with the Sunoco tanker. I'm not sure what the white is on the carriages. And last we just have a little simple caboose. Not much to say about that. Plastic body. I believe it is lit though. It's got a shoe and a pickup. I believe this is lit, and like many cars, can be uncoupled magnetically as it passes over the track. It's a little stuck, but that can be forgiven. So that's it for today. I'm gonna head in and go have a rest, and maybe we'll look at some more tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed. Alright, day 2. Feel pretty horrible, but here is the big Lionel steam engine. It's a 264 configuration, and one of the things I quite like about this is you can put a little bit of like mineral oil up in here, and there's a heating element, so it'll actually heat it and make smoke. Got your forward reverse switch back here, and it pulls pretty hard. It's a pretty epic looking thing. Behind it we have the coal tender, and behind that we have a car which I don't recall ever seeing this car work, but it has a little door here with a little spring contraption, and inside here there's a little metal milk can, and I think what happens, it's motorized because it's not a magnetic release or anything, and as it rolls along, I think this little farmer in here slides out and dispenses these little metal milk jugs along the side of the track. So that'd be interesting to see it in action one day. There's a door on the other side too, but it doesn't seem to, I don't know what's kind of less going on there. So I don't know, that would be fun to see it working one of these days. So that is day 2 of the Lionel train review.